All right, we're live here on the channel. Friday night hangouts, myself and Nick. We are a small crew tonight. A
To
small
live
crew.
crew.
Two live, yeah, whatever. It's just me and Nick. Matt is out his camping, that
His camping
all the games cabin play
game
thing
stuff.
that he
Yeah.
does every year. I think he calls it Cabin Con.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
what we call ours now too. It's his fault. So we do the same thing. Mhm.
yeah, he rents a cabin. You guys do the same thing, rent a cabin and just play all weekend.
Yeah, you know what? Because we got so tired of Origins and just dealing with all their BS,
Yeah.
just getting a room and all that jazz. So we're like, we started at, when COVID went down, and we're like, you know what? This is so much better. It's a lot less stressful. We could do whatever we want for the most part. Yeah, very fun.
Yeah, that'd be kind of fun to do that. I mean, where do you
Mhm.
guys like? Where do you find the? I mean, the cabin, does it have like is it one of those things by the lake and has multiple rooms and stuff like that? And
Well, the last time we did it last year was in August, and there is a place literally right off Lake Erie. I mean, you
mm,
cross the road and there's the lake. We found a
nice,
place it could sleep like 12, 13 people. Huge place.
damn,
And he's got this
I should do
like
cabin in.
large garage kind of barn house thing that you could rent out additionally if you want to do like a big old party kind of barn thing in the back. But yeah, he's the guy that we ran it from. He's got a big old gas grills, and it's a ranch style house with like, oh god, how many rooms? 4 or 5 rooms. So yeah, it was really cool. Really enjoyed it. I hope we get the same spot again this year, but we'll see.
Is there a
I'll
bird
talk.
crowing in your background? I keep hearing a bird.
I do have my window open. I could shut it.
No, it's fine. I was just like, wait a minute, is Nick like living with birds or something? It's like,
Yeah, that's the backyard here.
I kept
Probably
hearing.
a few yeah, probably a few birds going. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah, okay. I was just
I mean I can shut the window if it's annoying. So
no, 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 it's fine with me. Hey, Cornelius, he made it this week.
I just wanted to get a little bit of a cross breeze. It was really stuffy in the room here.
Nah,
The
it's
the
fine.
the the weather's been literally up and down as far as temperature wise for the past week. So it's like 80 literally yesterday. Now it's dropped down to 50. So
Wow.
yeah, welcome to Ohio. So
You know what I'm saying. Anyway, but it's gonna be a good night. We have some good things to
it
talk about.
is.
I
We
mean,
have we
we
have
don't have
a
a Matt and we don't have a Jeff, but we have a Jeff in chat. So I mean, that's the
yes.
same thing.
We have a plethora of things to talk about. A plethora.
And Nick needs your help tonight. So
Yeah, I'm gonna ask some advice of you folks and see how it goes. So campaign advice.
mm,
So
but let me get to the stuff that we're gonna be talking about. We
yeah. What do
wasted
we want to talk about first?
Um, I don't know, Nick. I mean, we got some Kickstarter to talk about, and we have a D&D board game that's coming out, and just some fun things that we want to talk about this week. Just, I think I'll get right into it, so people can they're here now, so it's fine.
Okay.
So the first thing I found was the They Live Kickstarter, which is coming pretty soon. They've already managed to meet their goal, so
Yeah, this thing is so cool.
they got the rights to do this, and it looks absolutely fabulous. And to get the box set itself for the game is literally, I think, why is mine still come out? Because I'm not signed in. That's why. But I
Uh,
think it was we yours when you show what do you show it as? Oh, it's $32.
yeah.
$32, and you get the base game for They Live, which is the cards. Let's see if they have to show it again. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because I'm showing I'm not logged in either. That's why it's showing British pounds.
Yeah. So I was like, what the hell? I forgot that I logged out. And it's something that I would definitely play, and I wonder if you could play it solo because that'd be kind of fun too. But it's basically based off the movie, and it has all little cards with it. And if you do donate more to their Kickstarter, you can get the sunglasses
Mhm.
as well that Piper wore in the movie. Well, not the exact ones, but replicas of what his in the movie would be. And you get some special cards along the way, and it looks really cool. There's the upgrade pack. There's the cool sunglasses.
Yeah, this thing
What?
is amazing. When you told me about it and I'm reading it, they're really close to their first stretch goal, it looks like. They're about maybe 2,000 bucks away for their first stretch goal, 33K.
Oh, that is way cool. I just noticed that because it didn't load for me before, but it did now. When you use the glasses on some of the cards, you see the same thing from the movie, like obey, consume.
Oh, sweet. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, I
they
see
add.
that too.
Yeah, it didn't load for me before. I didn't see that. Now I'm just
Nice.
noticing that. So the glasses actually work as it's supposed to, like in the movie. So that's
Mhm.
definitely a cool feature to have. The
So they're
Hoffman lenses.
so they've got it officially funded. Their first stretch goal is at 30,000 pounds, which is about, I guess, 33,000 US dollars. They're really close to that.
Yep, I came here to kick ass and chew
Some
bubble gum.
chew bubblegum.
I'm all
I'm
out of bubble
all,
gum.
I'm all out of ass. I mean,
Whoa. Yeah. So Nick.
for you know what? For the base game, what, $32 you said?
Yeah.
It comes with a lot of stuff. They really did a hell of a job.
Yeah, they have a lot of videos. They have a how to play video, They really went all out on this, and then oh, they got kick ass dice too. Nice.
I just might back this. You know what?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I just might. I might do the pledge for 35 pounds, which is about 44 bucks. You know, it's the life,
You want those glasses, don't you?
the upgrade. Goddamn right I do. Come on.
I know those glasses, that's so tempting to get that.
I mean, come on, really. And then you get all the stretch goal stuff too.
I
They
think you
reach
get
it.
the stretch goals regardless, don't you?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I mean, it's worth the extra money. I think you get the glasses. I mean, come on.
Yeah, the glasses is well worth it.
Heck yeah. So,
And you get the game mat and the upgrade pack from
mhm.
for the final tier. All right, so the game mat. The game mat's actually kind of cool looking, but I don't think you really need it. I mean,
No, I mean, it's a nice to have, but
it's right here. So I mean, you don't really need the
yeah,
game mat.
it's not necessary. I mean, it looks nice, but yeah.
Mm, I would I would back. Oh, Malkin's because he won back it. Where's his comment here? There it is. I would
Oh,
back it, but I
BattleTech
just backed.
Mercenaries Kickstarter, huh?
Oh yeah, I didn't see that one. God, there's so many
Yeah, I didn't
Kickstarters
see
that
that.
they're so interesting to
I
back these
know,
days.
I know.
You get to
This
play as
is
wrestlers. Well, you're playing as Roddy Piper, Jeff. So I would
yeah.
think I would think so. So
Yeah, it's funny that when it comes to the Kickstarter and either board games or RPGs, there's just such a good way that you could just do so many good ways that you could do things independently. You don't have to go to a big company if you don't want to. You don't have to now. If you just have if you just have something good and you get on the Kickstarter or wherever you want to fund your project, hell, it's just so amazing compared to what it used to be. Shit, 20 some years ago. You had to go to TSR or you had to go to
wow.
Avalon Hill or whoever.
The
So
BattleTech made 7.5 million.
no.
That's what he's saying.
BattleTech Mercenaries?
Yeah.
Really? I gotta check that out.
Yeah, if you wanna grab pull that up and throw me the link for that,
Yeah.
I'll pull that up next. But yeah, so if you definitely consider wanting to back something, I would definitely back this. This podcast is brought to you by Kia. Okay. Um,
Oh my god.
if you throw that link to me in the private chat here.
7.5. Yeah. Holy crap. That's insane. There it is.
Got it. Okay.
Wow. Holy crap. I think there's yeah, see that? 7.5 mil.
Yeah. What were they asking for? I wonder.
Um how about this? Just there's a huge freaking BattleTech community that's dying for new content, new material. That's why.
Well, at
Plus
least it yeah, at least it went paper for sure.
plus
Oh, there it is.
BattleTech is one of those few games that hasn't gone woke.
Yeah, they
Just
wanted
saying.
Nick, they wanted 50 grand. That's all they wanted.
That's I know. That's insane. How many times over did they beat that by? Jesus.
A lot.
Over 10 times?
Yeah.
Good God. That's
So
amazing.
what
Good for
wow.
them. Good for them, you know?
Did you
And
back
that's
this?
I wish.
No,
Oh,
Malcolm, did he back
Malcolm.
this? I think he said he backed this. Didn't he say he did that? Yeah. He just backed it. Yeah, okay. So he's one of the backers of this. Cool.
You know, good for them because this gives me hope in the board game and RPG communities that you don't need the big guys. You know, you got a big enough fan base for something like this. They'll help you fund it. If you it looks like, hey, they're going to make a good product and you could put your hard earned cash towards something that you know you're going to like, you
Now,
know,
if
this
now
is
if
awesome.
Palladium can do this and get their Robotech, well, they don't have the Robotech license
Oh yeah.
anymore. They screwed the pooch on that one. So
Yeah, a while ago, didn't they?
yeah.
Yeah, when did they lose that license for Robotech?
I
It's
don't
been a
know.
while
Yeah, it's been some time. I don't remember how long ago.
because I love their Robotech shit. But you know, there's always riffs.
Yeah, there's always riffs. You can always play that.
You damn right.
Yeah, this actually looks pretty cool. I mean, I wonder if $15 that's paper. So what's the minimum for I think Ninja Division for them? Yeah, they're definitely.
So Catalyst Games put that out there. That's cool.
Huh. I want wait, Catalyst Games did
Yeah,
this?
Catalyst Game. You bet. Yeah,
They
yeah.
were the ones that botched Shadowrun so big time. I don't know how. Well, I'm glad they got
Yeah,
something
didn't
out
they
good.
turn Shadowrun basically into like a clickable board game or something like that?
No, they didn't turn it into a clickable board game, but they just were so. I mean, their rule books constantly fell apart.
Oh,
They constantly had to update it. They would leave things out of rule books.
mm,
Um, they botched a lot of things and made it their fans really pissed off. So,
ew.
like, fifth edition was probably considered the worst edition, and then they made sixth. They said, "Hold my beer. Here's sixth edition."
It's funny. I somewhere here I have the first edition of Shadowrun somewhere.
Yeah, I have first edition and second edition on my shelf right over
Yeah,
here.
I got the book in the referee screen, and that came out. What was it? 91,
Yeah,
92, somewhere there. God.
and I think was it a couple years ago? I was at the bookstore and I saw third edition. The was it the Fan Pro?
Yeah.
I forgot who did it. It was Fan Pro. I think did it, and it was like $2. I'm like, oh, I'll just take that.
Yeah, it was like that time in the late 80s, early 90s. It was becoming more about like the attitude games like Cyberpunk and Shadowrun. You know, it was all about attitude. Looking cool with your mirror shades, you know, shit like that.
Yeah.
And I was caught up in it. So,
All right. So anyway, and another thing that's coming out that's for pre-order, which Nick and I were kind of meh on, but we wanted to talk a little bit about it, is
yeah.
WizKids is coming out with a Dungeons and Dragons board game, Trials of Tempest, which the base set is 99 bucks and you get these green, I don't know, figures that you could paint.
Yeah, the figures are either gray, red, or green.
It's I mean they're what, and then if you want to spend the extra money, which I don't understand why their own website just doesn't show you half the stuff, doesn't tell you much
No.
about it, just says go to GameSpot.
Yeah, for the extra $100, you get the figures painted, apparently.
Yeah, you get the figures painted and stuff like that, and that's
Pay
really
an
about it.
extra $100 for painted miniatures.
They're better quality. I mean,
I yeah, but is it worth the extra $100?
I mean, if you don't feel like
Uh,
painting them, so.
well, that's the thing. I mean, I don't know.
Oh, if you
Uh,
go over to GameSpot, they actually have a full article that shows you more on the game,
yeah, the
and there's some of the
GameSpot
mats.
article is much better. They actually show you the board, the tokens.
Which is, it kind of reminds me of the way this game looks. Remember when Wizards of the Coast tried to bring back chainmail in the early 2000s?
Are you talking the D&D box set? Is that
No,
the
it was
basic
actually
box set?
they came out with, it was like 2000, 2001, 2002. And it was
Hmm.
chainmail. They
I
tried to
don't even
bring
remember
chainmail
that.
back. You don't remember
Really?
that?
I don't even remember that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let me see if I could find that. Hold on a second. It
I
was
remember the they made a basic set that was boxed and it had like little minis in it. I think it's sitting on my shelf here still. Yeah, it is. Dungeons and Dragons basic set.
yeah.
In fact,
They
I got two versions of the D&D basic set. When did
Yeah,
I
Dungeons
have?
and Dragons Chainmail. They came out around the early 2000s with these couple
Really?
of box sets here.
Huh.
It reminds
Oh
me.
yeah, I recognize it now.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Okay. I recognize it.
So you get a better picture of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I recognize those now. Okay.
And
Yeah.
I remember they tried to bring back the chainmail game, and it just
Yeah, for melee rule for mass combat rules. Yeah,
it
that
was
went
supposed to go hand in hand with D&D 3rd edition, so you can learn 3rd edition rules
and
and
nobody
learn
fucking played
chainmail.
it. And nobody played it.
No, I remember I got I think it was either the vampire set or the skeleton set, and I was playing against one of my friends and no one else ever played. I mean, we would go to the comic book
Yeah.
shop and it was just me and him, and everyone would look at it and they'd be like, meh, and they would just move
I
on.
think that whole chainmail line died pretty quickly, didn't it?
Yeah, it didn't, it lasted maybe a year or two.
Yeah.
But did you see that they tried again? I think they called it
Oh
Dungeon
god.
Command for a while.
Oh my god. Well, now they're it's all virtual tabletop thing that they're going to try to do.
I think it
So,
was Dungeon Command. Yeah,
dungeon
Dungeon
command.
Command was like the another version of the same game,
Huh.
just renamed. I don't know if you remember this.
I don't remember seeing that at all.
Yeah, this I think yeah, it was around the 2012. Okay,
Yeah, I
2012.
don't remember seeing
Shut
that.
up. Yeah, and I got this. I think I got the skeleton version of this because it got it when it was at Reaper, and they were giving some of these things away because I guess they couldn't sell them. I don't know.
I don't remember, to be honest. I was so wrapped up playing Hackmaster 4th edition in 2012. I mean,
That's when
yeah,
we 2012. We were in the height of Roll for Initiative podcast too.
we were. That was like getting into our peak time. It
Yeah,
was.
because we had no more Jason. It was just me, you, and Matt, and I think we may have had Chad at that point,
Might have been, yeah. Yeah. I think you're right.
or Will. It might have been at that point. I don't remember.
You
Or
know what's funny? That you're bringing up the old podcast. There was today. Um, someone was talking about. I forget which website it was on. They were talking about difficult D&D array D&D modules to run, ones that were just really hard to run. And I thought about, I don't know if it would be a hard module to run, but it's just so terribly written. So considered one of the worst. The Forest Oracle, remember that? And we did our we did our episode on the Forest Oracle. It and yeah, even to this day, it's one of those adventures where it's just one of the worst. I listened to that part of the episode. I was cracking up so hard.
because we were
But
laughing so hard at how stupid the module was.
it was like written like by a 10-year-old. I
I
mean,
think I think that's where DCC based their zero level funnel characters off of. Honestly,
but yeah, but they made that interesting and it works. Unlike
yeah,
unlike Forest Oracle is just so badly written and just uh I listened to that part of that episode where we are talking about it and just ripping into it. And yeah, I might download. Yeah, no, I won't download it. Forget it.
I mean, why not? People are still listening to Roll for Initiative. You can just add to
No,
the list. I don't know
I was
who's
gonna say I
listening
was
to it.
gonna download the actual module.
Oh, okay, okay.
just to
But
have it.
anyway, this basically looks like a version of those games that they're
Yeah,
trying to redo yet again. It's just
but this is
wasn't there D&D Tactics too?
I
That's
don't
another
even
one.
know.
Yeah. Isn't it? I believe there was D&D
See,
Tactics.
I get the impression that this is well, I I think this is
Yeah.
trying to get more like another game that you told me about that we're going to talk about a little bit here later. But what is that?
D&D
D&D
Tactics was
Tactics?
yeah.
No clue on that.
Well, that's the
Wow.
PlayStation version of, but there was a D&D Tactics board game that D&D came out during 4th edition era.
Oh,
So
well, there you go.
they
Fourth
keep
edition.
trying and trying and trying with this miniature thing, and they just never can do it.
It never could do it. I mean, this thing by WizKids, though, they're just marketing it as just a straight up board game. They're not saying that it's like a supplement to
Mm.
D&D.
No, 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 no.
This is just a separate board game. Um, so I think going with that way, it will be a little bit more successful. But I mean, it's still I don't think it's I don't think it's going to make like Game Busters though.
No, for 99 bucks and you have to paint it yourself. I mean, granted, there's a lot of D&D players that love to paint minis, and I'm not one of them. I don't know
I
about
like to
you.
paint minis when I still had some decent eyesight, but
I like to paint minis, except my hand goes like this too much. So I don't know. I never got into painting minis. It's just I'm not really an artsy type person like that. So
all right, Big G Biffy, you're right. Where is Matt when you need him, huh? He can look all this shit up. Clickety clack, clickety clack. Got it.
well, yeah, he's also not sharing his screen like I am. So that's why Matt looks
Yeah,
up things
this is
quickly.
true. Yeah, this is true.
I don't know. I would
So
not. I would definitely not pay any amount of this money for this game.
yeah, even
Probably.
even the 100. I mean,
You know what I'll
and
do? I'll wait for somebody to bootleg it for Tabletop Simulator, and then I'll play it.
yeah, there you go.
Get
Maybe
Tabletop
some will
Simulator
play
on
it at a
Steam.
game store.
Yeah,
Someone's gonna do a YouTube video about how this thing plays. You know
I,
that.
I'm sure there already is videos for it.
So I thought it's not even out yet.
I'm sure there's some
There,
people who got advanced copies of it.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Let's see, it's supposed to come out quarter
Oh, the,
3 of 2023, which would be
gotta be in. So that would be like
actually
third quarter would
we're in
be.
quarter 2 right now. So
So it'd be at the end of the summer, beginning of
yeah,
fall,
end of summer.
just in time for Christmas, folks.
It's great quality with a diamond. Wait,
Whoa,
they're both great
really?
quality with a diamond, so I don't understand what the hell that's supposed to mean.
Wow.
Fall. No, what? Yeah, is fall considered quarter 3? All right, what is it with what is it with Chuck Norris, Captain Frost? Let's get off the Captain the
Chuck
Chuck
Norris.
Norris thing.
Sorry, I heard Chuck Norris played games like Chainmail in his parents' basement. Chuck Norris? I'd never heard anything about that.
I've never heard that Norris played.
No, I never heard that. Also, Chainmail came out later on. In fact, if
Well,
anything, Chuck Norris served in Vietnam. He was in the
yeah,
Air Force.
in
He was
Vietnam when Chainmail would even be out, right? I mean,
right. He served 2 tours of Vietnam, U.S. Air Force. He was base security during Vietnam. And
I
after
don't
he
think
got, yeah,
yeah, I don't think he had
I've never
time to
heard anything
play
about.
war games in his parents' basement.
I mean, the legend of Chuck Norris, I would never doubt, but this is going on the realms of ludicrousy. I mean, how he doesn't do push-ups. He pushes the world away from him.
Yes, yes. Anyway. All right. So those are the couple things we wanted to show up tonight before we get into the whole thing here. So Nick, it's your time to shine here.
Oh
Nick
God, no!
needs your help.
I do.
And we have a whole bunch of people here in the chat tonight that are pretty active and chatty. So Nick
Right.
is planning to start a new campaign and he needs your help with some suggestions. So we wanted to base the meat half of this show, as we say,
Right.
on Nick
Well,
and his meat.
he okay then. I guess we're just gonna get demonetized. Okay. Uh, and so, anyway, yeah. So I'm gonna be running a new campaign here probably sometime in the summer, and because I got to the point in our current Hackmaster game where just the power creep is just too hard to deal with,
Yeah.
and also the game system. I'm at the point I love Hackmaster Fourth Edition. Don't get me wrong. But it
Yeah, you
just
said
for
that, right.
my test, my take now, I want something a little less crunchy as far as amount of rules. I want something a little bit simpler, run a little faster. So I'm going to go with, regardless of the campaign, it's going to be Advanced Labyrinth Lord because I like how it's all
Okay.
laid out. I like because it's like a combination of BX, uh, D&D with AD&D First Edition. Like how we used to kind of play it when we were kids. We took a little bit of everything and put it together. Um, so So I'm using that for the rule set. Now, as far as the campaign setting, I got a couple of options here. Okay. And um, one of the campaign options I have is it's going to be like a gonzo over the top campaign setting where it's like, yep, there you go. Advanced Labyrinth Lord. I like the rules. They're slick. You can have multi-class characters and you can have multi-class like elf race class with something else. So you could still play race class like for like in basic and expert rules
Yeah.
and still multi-class. So
Now,
I thought that was kind of interesting.
since I haven't really looked at Troll Lord, it's Troll Lord games, right? Yeah.
Goblinoid games.
Oh, Goblin. I keep saying Troll Lord. But anyway, I haven't looked at their stuff in a long time. The last time I actually used their stuff was a long time ago when they had, what was it, BX, and then you added the AEC to it just to play first edition. So I'm
Hmm.
assuming this is they put the rules together finally, and that's what they came up with
Basically,
this.
yeah, he put them together and into one book, and you have that choice for the cover or the Orcus cover. So yeah, and I got the print rules right here. Da-da-da-da. There they are. So yeah, I really like it. Uh, One of the other things I like about this is I could take some of my first edition stuff or second edition. It's all portable. You can port it right
All
in,
right.
no problem. Love it. So
So you're going to use that as the base rules,
that's my
and
rule set. That's
it's
my
like
rule set.
AD&D 1E, so to speak.
Yeah, AD&D plus a little bit of BX stuff. Okay,
Okay.
very cool. So
Basic expert for those out there
yeah,
who don't know.
yeah, that would be the Moldvay edition for all you grognards like ourselves.
It could be the Mentor edition too. You never know.
uh yeah, if for all else we're talking about, these editions right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are beat up. Oh my god.
I think
Um
everybody's version of those books are beat up, dude.
yeah. I think you're right. So anyway, I got two campaign worlds and I've been working on this for quite some time, like little bits here and there
Yeah.
on my on when I have the creative urge to work on it. So the first one is basically yeah, and we talked about this a long time ago. I think even on RFI was there was a couple of modules for either Labyrinth Lord or Osric. Actually, they are for Labyrinth Lord, and the campaign set is called Land of Thousand Towers. It's very
Yeah, yeah,
much
yeah.
basically it's like playing in the world of Thundar the Barbarian. So you got that. It's like taking Thunder the Barbarian, mixing it with, if anybody's seen the new animated series by Tartakovsky, Primal, it's kind of like that. A little bit of I don't know, maybe a little bit of Zardoz if you want to get really weird. Uh, so so we might have Sean Connery running around in a binky. Don't know. Um, but it's yeah, like Ralph Bakshi's Wizards, kind of like that too. Savagery, super sorcery, and science and what have you. So it's going to be a lot like that. So yeah, there are in the game world you have your yeah, your character races.
There's
Let's
a
see.
map of Land of a Thousand Towers, it looks
Yeah,
like.
that's a good map. Yeah, I think I have that here somewhere. Yeah, I think I downloaded that. I made my own version of it. Um, but um, let me see here. What was I looking for? I made a let's see, my little handout, my little Land of a Thousand Towers primer. I'll pull that up. Yeah, so you got the Ceratopsian plains, the feasting trees. So um,
The
some of
worthless the worthless North?
Northwest North, where it's
That's
just
great.
where it's entirely wasteland. Um, some of the things about the game world is as far as like just different classes that you can have or races. As far as races, you have halflings, dwarves, elves, humans. Um, though the dwarves and elves and halflings are not like your standard demi-human races. They're a little different. I don't want to give it away, but let's just say that they're more like mutated from something else. Okay.
Mhm.
They're a little different in that regard. Some of the other races are these. There's these ones called the insect men. They're kind of like, if you remember the thrycreen, uh, they're kind of like what do I want to say? They're like praying mantis people in a way, and they live in the wasteland. So you can play one of them. You could also play a Mokhtar, which is a mock. So you can play like someone like Uklada Mock,
Oogla!
right?
Blah!
Yeah, yeah. One of the for the mocks, you could be fighter, barbarian, or gladiator class. I'm going to have a gladiator class. Um, they got a natural armor class of 6. They're 7 feet tall. They hate water, just like for the cartoon. um, I
Land of a
also
Th
am going to have
Is Land of a Thousand Towers Dungeon Crawl Classics, or
no. It's actually he written it for 11th Lord
Oh,
rules, so you
okay.
can port it over. You can port it over to any AD&D or DD variant if you want to. Yeah,
Right.
name for UCLA. You got it. You got it there, Mr. Watson. What's some other races? You could play a mutant, and I got some special rules for creating a mutant, which I actually lifted from this right here. This supplement for Dungeon Crawl or the World of Hubris.
The World of Hubris. Okay, what's that one about?
Yeah, this I lifted the mutant rules from this. This is actually used for Dungeon Crawl Classics. Um, this is
Oh,
really good. I was yeah.
a
So
it's a Goodman Games,
actually, no, it's by DIY Games. It's
this
that's who
one?
makes it. There, yep, that's it. It's a huge freaking book. If
Campaign
you want to
setting.
find, if you want to find, just as a side note, if you want to do a campaign world where it's really like the heavy metal magazine or like the comic book, I think Hubris really hits the spot. So yeah, it's really over the top. But I lifted my mutant rules out of there, how to create a mutant. So I'm borrowing kind of bits and pieces from other things, or
I
I think
really
would work.
like Dungeon Crawl Classics as far as story and
Hmm.
things that they come up with. Like when Paizo first started doing Pathfinder, all those really cool module adventure paths they were doing.
Yep.
I just don't like the rules of Dungeon Crawl Classic. I just don't like the funky dice and everything like that. I
Oh
mean, I
yeah,
know you
yeah,
can
yeah.
translate it to regular dice, but I don't want to have to do that. I just want to play.
Right. Yeah. Well, I like that. It's like basically a stripped down version of third edition, essentially. And
Yeah.
they have their own stuff. I mean, half the rule book is just spell the spells and explanations of when you what happens for effects. But anyway, so yeah, I lifted the mutant rules out of hubris there. And then another class or race that you can play race is robot. You could be a robot. Um, and as far as classes, you could pretty much be anything from the advanced labyrinth lord rules except paladin. I'm going to have barbarian and like a wild mage class. I'm going to add.
Ooh,
Um,
Wild Mage.
Yeah, gonna have wild mage. I think it fits really well with the setting. It makes sense. Um,
I like this the way this setting sounds.
yeah, it's very cool. Honestly, if I was gonna run Dungeon Crawl Classics, uh, I would probably use that as my campaign setting. I think it's very very cool. One of the classes is a scientist class. You can play a scientist.
Oh,
Yeah, there's this thing in the city of Denethix. There's what's called the cult of science, and the cult of science is they literally worship science as a god. Um, I think
wow.
the best way to yeah. Let me read the little description here. Um, the Yeah, he is now better than human. His arm, a symbol of the might of science, and his proselytizes without end to all who will listen. Those who don't are pronounced very unscientific and meet the business end of his mechanical arm. But the priests and acolytes of science wear long white coats as their normal dress, wear black gloves covering their hands. Their bodies are covered with intricately patterned tattoos depicting double helices, elliptical orbits, and other designs of scientific import. So during the rituals of science, the head priest will stand on stilts, elevating his height to at least 12 feet or more.
Jeez.
And with a ridiculously long lab coat, he will ceremoniously have his safety goggles on and he will chant liturgies of dihydrogen monoxide, A squared plus B squared equals C squared. You know, I'm one of the things I'm going to have, um, uh, I'm going to have the holy trinity of electronics. That's Volta, Tesla, and Ohm. So
Oof.
anything electronics related, they're going to invoke the Holy Trinity. Tesla, Volta, Ohm. Tesla, Volta, Ohm. So yeah, so they're like they don't get any spells or anything, but the scientist class gets like
You have to hat tip Tesla to Elon Musk though.
oh yeah, I'm gonna have to figure that in too somehow.
Make him like a high
Um
priest or something.
yeah, I'm gonna have to figure that how I could figure in Elon Musk.
Nick. No. Look at this. Look at this.
No ampers. I was he was a lesser saint ampers.
Yeah.
Tesla Volta Ohm. What? What? What Tesla? That could be part of it. The chanting. Who knows? Um. So basically, what scientists they get like cybernetic implants, uh, things like that. That they as they gain levels. What other things have I had? So yeah, it's a little bit of everything. Like everything but the kitchen sink is going to be in this thing. There's a obviously I had to have a barbarian class because Thunder the Barbarian. Um, so there's this campaign setting I'm working on, and I threw in a lot of adventures that are kind of like over at the top. It's going to be sandbox. So that being said, there's the city of Denethix in the center there. There's the anomalous subsurface environment in Mount Rendon that's next door, but I've randomly placed other places around the campaign setting where if they just run into it, they run into it. Like, maybe expedition to the barrier peaks, they run into that flying saucer. Who knows? um, so,
So then, what are you looking for help with? Like,
well,
what is
see, there's that campaign setting. And then I found out my friend Jeff, he's making a campaign setting too.
not our Jeff, another Jeff?
No, my Jeff here in Ohio. He's making a campaign setting too that is kind of similar in the fact that it's very gonzo over the top. His campaign world is going to be like that too. He's using Hackmaster still for the rules,
Oh,
but
okay.
it's going to be kind of over the top. There may be lasers like in mine too. Um, but his campaign world
Lasers.
is got yeah, frickin' lasers on their frickin' heads. Hey, who knows? It could be like that.
Yeah,
Angry
who
sea bass
knows?
with lasers on their heads. Um, Um, but anyway, yeah, mutant sea bass. I might have that. Anyway,
Mm.
um, his
Where
game
hippos?
world, Dr. Eber. But in his game world, it's like a bunch of islands and archipelagos, not really any big continents. And his game world is kind of, it sounds like it's post apocalyptic too, but in the fashion that all the races are slightly different. Like I think they kind of he kind of made dwarves almost like a maritime race in a way. Also, elves are very few and far between because their homeland, I believe, was destroyed. And the biggest thing about this game world is what is the dominant species are these ginormous arachnids, ginormous spiders. Ill-tempered sea bass, yes. Lasers fricking their heads. But there's these giant arachnids. These things apparently are so badass, they hunt dragons. Okay. So
Jeez.
yeah. Yeah. And he described how the world is like that. There's like ginormous spider webs everywhere. There's these huge valleys and um, peaks and mountains and everything. He described it like that. I'm like, oh, so it kind of looks like the cover of a Yes album. And he's like, yeah, yeah, kind of guess it kind of so. So yeah, I'm thinking like, oh no, he's gonna run something post apocalyptic. I might run something like that too. They're gonna be two similar things. Does that you know, it's gonna be kind of weird for my gaming group. You're gonna have two similar kind of situations going on. So I came up with another one, second
Okay.
campaign setting. The second one is basically I'm going to go Hyborian age. uh,
Conan. Okay.
Age of Conan. Yes. And I've been working a lot on this one too. Um, So, what I found a really great website, by the way, everybody. If you want to find anything that you want to convert over to use like Age of Conan, um, let me get the website here.
Yeah, give me the link. I'll throw it up here.
Yeah. Um, Let me open that. It's originally written for um, uh, basically third edition, but it's easily convertible over to like second edition or whatever. There it is. HyboriaZoth.net. They got some
Oh
really cool
yeah, I know
stuff.
this page. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I
yeah,
lifted a lot of stuff from there. And I was really
yeah.
cool. I was really hip to the idea of like, you know what? Why don't I do something really different where they can only play humans? No elves, no dwarves, none of that. You play a type of human from whatever nation you come from. Determines what initial like a ability score boost you might get. Like if you're from Samaria, you get a your ability modifier. You get a +1 to strength and con. If you're from, let's say, if you're from Hyperborea, you get a +1 to your con and wisdom when you create your character. I mean, and there's other things too because so stick with Sumerian here, okay? So
Okay.
say you wanted to make like a Conan type character, right? Your ability modifiers, like I said, are strength and con +1. Now, there's only certain classes are available if you're from Samaria. You could be a fighter, a barbarian, druid, ranger, and the ranger class I have in here is without spells. Cleric, bandit, and bounty hunter. So I've added a couple other uh, classes that are compatible with Labyrinth Lord. I saw that there's these there are these little supplements I found there on Drive Through RPG where you can have like a barbarian class plus bounty hunter class or whatever. So I think they really fit into the setting. So like if you wanted to play like from Katai, um, you get a +1 to your Dex and Intelligence. Um, Available classes are cleric, fighter, monk. You can be a monk, thief, magic user, pirate. Yes, I have pirates. Assassins, bandit, bounty hunter, or wild wizard. So, like I said, depending on what nation you come from, is going to determine what ability scores you have and what race classes are available to you. Um, it's going to be very low. magic, because it kind of Robert E. Howard's stories were very much like that, right? Very low magic.
Yeah,
Uh,
well, that's how he did his worlds, pretty much.
yeah. Armor, there's nothing better than there's no field plate or the best type of armor is plate mail, probably bronze plate.
Bronze plate. Yeah.
Yeah. No rapier like weapons because those did not exist. Um, what else did I add in here? Yeah, I did like a pretty good. Yeah. Also, the different gods of the Hyborian Age are put in here. Plus, on with that, um, since Robert E. Howard was a contemporary of H.P. Lovecraft, he was part of that writing circle.
Yeah, it's true.
A few of the stories that Robert E. Howard wrote have a ties into the Cthulhu mythos. So the mythos do exist. The Cthulhu mythos do exist in my game world. So they either as separate cults or just out and out, they are like a state religions maybe somewhere. So so
So
my
you're leaning
ultimately
towards this.
I'm kind of leaning towards this. So I'm asking everybody, what do you think? What should I go with? I'm kind of thinking Hyborian Age right now because if my friend Jeff is like ready to run his campaign, it's going to be kind of gonzo over the top with giant arachnids and maybe lasers and stuff. That would sound like too much my Land of a Thousand Towers thing. So I'm kind of thinking, oh yeah, broadswords and falchions. Yeah, you can have those absolutely. Just not rapier type weapons. Um, because I don't think they existed. Now, other weapons I'm going to include would be like maybe a katana, not ninja toe, um, some of those Eastern style weapons. But so yeah, I'm kind of
There
like
we go.
which one
I
should I go with? What campaign setting should I go with? I'm really leaning towards Hyborian Age now.
Well, we have a
So
poll going on right now, and
a poll?
yeah, I put a poll
Oh
up to
my
see what people
god,
say.
a
So
poll.
check your chat, folks, and vote in the poll so Nick knows, and we can figure it out. So far, we
Okay.
have people voting for Hyberian Age for you so far, but continue
Okay. Okay.
talking. This will go on for a little while.
Okay. So a little more about the Hyborian Age stuff. I've incorporated a lot of things about the power of the lotus, like you have black lotus. There's other types of lotuses,
No, there's
apparently.
no dread pirate.
No Dread Pirate Roberts, but who knows?
Who knows?
You
Maybe he'll
could,
make a guest appearance, right?
but remember, like in the movie, there was hey, Black Lotus, Stygian, the best. It better not be Haga. They
Right.
sell Haga to a slayer such as you. But yeah, there's various types of the lotus. There's not just black lotus. And it gives benefits to magic users. If you ingest this, either basically inhaling the fumes of the burning lotus, it can enhance your magic using ability. But there's purple lotus, yellow lotus.
You
Um,
know what's funny is I did a write up for Mazes and Perils way back when,
mhm.
and I did an adventure module called the Purple Lotus, and it was a Conan
Oh,
style adventure. We called it the land the forgotten lands. We called it.
okay.
Take care, Malquin. Nice to see you again.
Now the other thing I'm also doing, it's going to be just like the other one. It's going to be sandbox, but I've kind of peppered the landscape of the world with pre-published modules. Some of these, I don't know, you might have heard of. I don't know, maybe you heard of this guy, Isle of Dread.
Oh, X1, yeah, Isle of Dread.
Yeah, that's going to fit in great.
Yeah.
Um, another one, big favorite, Hidden Shrine of Tomoa-chan. That's in there. Um, I'm going to this one too, Dwellers of the Forbidden City. If you don't have this module, it's totally um yeah, the Black Lotus, the Untouchable Trio plus one, yeah, from Knights of the Dinner Table. Yeah. Um I'm gonna fit this in because I bought it a while ago at a convention just because I'm a completist. Isle of the Ape. I'm gonna put
Oh
that
yeah.
in there. Yeah, that's it's like a high level adventure. And also, I think they might run into the Tomb of Horrors too.
Oh boy.
And I incorporated some of the remember the original Dungeon Crawl Classic modules that they had for
Yeah.
third edition? So I took some of those that seemed very much like in the Conan Hyborian Age setting. So I have some of those that I picked up in the past. I picked up a shit ton of Dungeon Crawl Classic modules when they were on sale when Frog God Games, I think, was at Origins. They always have like a massive amount of buy 10 for $20 or some shit like that. I'm like, okay, I'm game. And so I bought a few of those. Like this one, the Malice of the Medusa, I think is going to fit in really well. The Sunken Ziggurat. So this one's very much like a um, kind of a Babylonian Assyrian kind of feel to it. So I think that would
Oh
fit.
yeah.
Lost Tomb of the Sphinx Queen. That's going to fit in real well. So, and there's this one I picked up recently. It's called Darkness at Nekemte, or Darkness at Nekemte.
Well, who wrote that one?
This one is by a gentleman by the name of G. Hawkins. You can get this off a drive-through RPG. It's part of a larger kind of
You know,
like sandbox campaign.
it almost looked like
Th-
a Venger cover. That's why I thought we were gonna say Venger. What was the name of
Darkness
it?
Darkness at Nekemte, Nekemte. And I liked it so much I bought it. I bought the print version too. That's it. Um, it's kind of like another like if you're familiar with Dwellers of the Forbidden City, where it has the Yuan Tai in it, the snake people. This has this, but it's a much more expanded sort of thing. It's very, very swords and sorcery, swords and sandal uh, kind of thing. It's written for Osric, so it'll fit in with anything.
Yeah,
Um,
it's very. I was just gonna say it looks very 1E the way it's
yeah.
stat
Oh
blocked.
yeah. So this is Oh, no, Arnold Conan, are you kidding me?
Oh my god.
It's
Jeff asked
going to
that
be the
question.
Arnold Conan. What are you talking about, you little girly man?
Ah, but then they ruined it by going with the modern style of bleh.
Of modern style what?
If you look on the screen there, modern style of uh
Oh, that's
labeling
just that's just one of the maps.
that
They
ruins
still
the
have no, if you
I like that
no,
the old style here, and then they jump to
no,
this
they do.
new.
No, 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 no. I have the map right here. They have two different versions of that map. There's a
Oh,
straight up,
okay. Okay,
yeah.
okay.
They
Okay,
have a
good.
like a 2/3 view and a regular straight up and down view. So no, 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 you're good. You're good with that. It's part of a larger kind of campaign setting called Gunderhalfen.
Yeah, I saw that there was under the description.
Yeah, it's actually really cool. There's another, the other one I bought, which I think would fit in with my other one, is this guy here, the Bottomless Pit of Zorth, which I think's fit in with my Land of a Thousand Towers setting much more. This Bottomless Pit of Zorth. So I got two modules, two adventures for like one campaign, but I think one fits with one of mine, one fits with the other. So anyway, so I'm kind of going towards my Hyborian Age thing. So what are we looking at as far as our voting?
83% said Hyborian age.
Okay, you know what? The people have spoken. I will abdicate. No,
Okay.
I'll abdicate and
All right, so you have
I'll
your
fly
you,
off
you
like Nixon.
no, no. So yeah, you're going to go to China.
Yeah, it's
So
an
yeah, we
old
have
Vulcan saying. Only Nixon could go to China.
yeah. So you have your setting.
Hmm.
So we got that now. So you're going to just focus on that so you're not going to copy the other Jeff.
Right. I think that's going to be good for my gaming group because we alternate from DMing. One month he'll do his, I'll do mine. I think what we're going to do this time though is instead of alternating every other month for the start, whoever's going to start their campaign is going to run it for 3 months. so everybody gets a good feel for their characters, and everything, and then the other person will kick in, run for 3 months, and then we'll alternate again. I think that's a good way of doing it.
You only play once a month?
Yeah, that's the only time we had. In fact, April is going to be a wash, literally, because everybody's busy.
Well, that stinks.
Jeff is still in Ireland. He's not going to be back till the 30th. So he's in the Emerald Isle right now with his wife. So I'm going to talk with him about it.
Oh,
There's another thing I want to talk with him about it. And actually, it's something I'll talk with you about after the show. So
okay.
just an idea. An idea.
Okay.
I don't
We could
want to just spring it on you right now and have everybody be like, oh, I don't know. I mean, it's not a, I don't know. I don't know. I'm okay.
Wow, we really twisted your arm. I said nothing.
Okay. I just wanted to see if you were maybe hip to the idea, if you're cool with it. I haven't even run it by Jeff yet. If we could maybe come have him as a fourth guest, as a fourth person
Yeah.
on the show.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. I
we could
mean,
have another Jeff.
oh geez, yeah. We'll replace Jeff with Jeff.
Yeah. I mean, he's donated to the show. I mean, he's given us at least $20. I know that. so,
Oh, then I
so,
want him to stay as a guest, so he'll keep donating to the show. No, I'm kidding.
oh, I know. So I was thinking of when he gets back, I'll bring it up to the idea. It's like, hey, if we'd like you coming on the show as a regular, see how it would go. So,
Just warn him. The fourth chair with us is always cursed.
oh yeah, yeah, he knows the Spinal Tap thing. So, I mean, I didn't. I thought maybe we should have said something after, but if you're okay with me saying right now,
Yeah, I have
just
no problem with people
okay.
joining in.
I, I mean, I think he would be a great addition to this show. He's got just as sick, weird, wart as I am, so I think he'll fit in great. So yeah, thank you for everybody for at least listening. Me waxing poetically about the different campaign settings. I've been really kind of going back to that Age of Conan, Hyborian Age thing lately. It just seems like it'll be really fun, really, and I just like having simpler rules. You know, I want to have combat that where it doesn't take 2 fucking hours to run a combat against one monster.
Yeah,
So
that's always a problem. I mean, that's a lot of the
yeah.
things I've run into with Palladium stuff. I mean, usually
Mhm.
combat takes a long time and drags out. So
Hackmaster Fourth Edition, same way. I love that. I kind of love the crunch with it if I'm playing, but I think now as a DM, I just want something a simpler rule system. I want something that's less that I have to. I don't have to use a spreadsheet to figure out critical hits. So do Conan in New York City thanks to Marvel. Oh, did he go through a portal in the Marvel comic?
probably.
I do remember there was in the Marvel comic with Conan, he met Elric. So that did happen.
Well, why not? Beastmaster went through time, and so
Yeah.
why
I
not?
mean that's actually freaking canon. Elric and Melnibone, or Melnibone, how the hell you pronounce it. Elric.
Wait, Red
Weird.
Sonja is in modern day now,
What? What?
so she's running around with shotguns and still wearing skimpy outfits.
Red Sonia is modern day. I don't remember seeing that. I do know that there's a new Conan comic that Marvel has, and I heard it's actually very good because it hasn't been affected by the wokeness.
I can't comment on it because I only collected when it came out the first. Actually, I was telling you and Matt about that.
Mm.
The first 5 or 6 issues, and then I kind of got bored of it, so I dropped it. I can't speak to how it is now.
I
I'm sure.
remember when it was run by Dark Horse for a while. The Dark Horse run was really good.
Yeah, that was a very good run.
Yes. So yeah, thank you guys for helping me decide. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna keep tweaking that campaign
Wait,
and
no
by
sword, no skimpy, or just no sword?
no sword skimpy. Oh,
Hmm,
okay.
that's Red Sonja.
Well, yeah, yeah. So the Red Sonja movie, the unofficial third Conan film, basically.
Yeah, the fact that he wasn't Conan in that movie, but he was
He
Conan in that
was.
movie.
Yeah. So, but yeah, there we go. Um, so I'll kick it back up to you, Vince. What do you got to say?
I think you should definitely go with the Conan. I mean, that would probably give you more options, give you more
Mhm.
fun. There's more resources out there, I think, for
Oh yeah,
Conan,
there's
for your
so much.
imagination. You got that whole D20 Hyborian Age thing that you can mine for lots
Yeah,
of
I
ideas.
have. I mined the hell out of it, by the way. Converted it over because that's a breeze. A lot of the stuff I'm using. Oh man, yeah, I copied, pasted a shit ton. So, and and plus, like going finding other character classes just to have a little wider variety, like bandit. Uh, having a barbarian class, a bounty hunter, I thought would fit really well. Pirate, of course. I mean, how many of the stories was Conan a freaking pirate? Quite a few of them, actually. So I thought that would be excellent part of the campaign. I think I'm going to even have Wild Mage too. I think it could fit. So um, she hangs out with Deadpool. What?
Guys like Deadpool.
Oh, I'm like, she still uses
Just
her
to be
that stick.
clear there,
She
guys
hangs
like
out with guys. Okay, that's cool. That's cool because I like Deadpool. Merc with a mouth. Wolverine is one of his friends. Yes, he is. I, as a side note, can't wait for the Wolverine Deadpool movie. It's going to be awesome.
supposedly,
But
yeah.
what's some other things I'll have in there that'll I'm going to have like a sanity uh, saving
You
throw
have
thing.
to. Yeah, you
Yeah.
have to have that.
Um, in
You gonna
fact,
steal the Call of Cthulhu stuff for that?
you know what's funny? No. Our buddy
Really?
from Adventures Dark and Deep, his Swords of Cthulhu supplement.
Oh, Joe's, yeah.
Yeah. Um, I'm going to use the some of the stuff out of here. Plus,
Yeah.
um,
It's already baked in for the system you want to run. So
pretty much, yeah. He has the sanity saving throw, and there's like two supplements I'm going to borrow from. One of this is Swords of Cthulhu by Joe there, and the other one, where the hell did I do with it?
I have no idea.
Damn it! There's another one. It's actually written for Labyrinth Lord. What the hell did I do with it? Pardon me. My stack. Oh crap! Here we are. Realms of Crawling Chaos.
Is that
It's actually, yeah, it's
another
like
Joe?
no, this is written. It's written for Goblinoid Gate by.
Oh,
It's written by Daniel Proctor and Michael Curtis. It's basically Lovecraftian horrors in the Labyrinth Lord setting. But I'm going to borrow bits and pieces of both of that,
yeah.
and I think it'll fit in really well. So even in the other one, I was going to run. There's going to be a lot of Lovecraftian stuff in it too. So because why not? Tentacles, why not? So yeah, I'm really excited. Thank you guys for giving some feedback on that, and yeah, I'll keep you updated if you feel like if it's interesting.
Jeff referencing our campaign when one of the player characters pretty much died and came back, but he got as you know, play rules, when you go so far down into being death, you can come back with like an insanity or
Hmm.
a phobia. So he went so far down that when he rolled, he had brain damage and he
Oh
was
my
afraid of
god!
people speaking long sentences and things like that.
Wow,
Yeah, the character
you
pretty
made.
much was a wash. He was done.
Oh my god, that's messed up. That's
Yeah.
funny.
Jeff's character actually in the game went, and he's going to say go on for this, went down a few times.
Oh my god.
He almost died a couple times because he was running into battles. So
Yeah.
oh, here's a question for us.
Hmm.
I'll put it up on the screen here.
Okay.
Can I ask you guys a question? I don't normally play D&D, but my kids want to play some. What's a classic, famous module for starting level characters? They just hit level 2. X1 probably. It'd be a classic module right away.
Isle of
Isle of
Dread.
Dread. Yeah.
Um, are you so you're playing? Are you playing basic or AD&D? If you're doing basic, um, Isle of Dread would be good. Um,
Well, actually, what edition of D&D are you playing? That'd probably be the
yeah,
best question right now to
really.
ask.
Are
Oh,
you playing
5e.
You're playing 5e. Oh, I don't know because I'm not really familiar with fifth edition. Sorry. uh, See, I don't know. I don't know. You got me. Like famous stuff. If you could convert it, there has been some conversions of. I think Goodman Games did that. They've converted a few of the classic modules. They've converted Isle of Dread. In fact, if I remember correctly, if I go to their website, um, they did.
Here's a good website I will throw into the chat so he can take a peek at it.
Yeah, because
Hopefully
I
that
know.
goes through. But here.
Where's
Adventures
there's
by level for 5th edition, pretty much.
yeah.
It gives
I'm
you a
looking
whole
for
bunch
it.
of different kits. I think there's,
Where's
yeah, I'm not.
link?
While I did play 5e for a short amount of time, I didn't really use their modules. I don't really use modules to begin with.
Yeah.
But as far
Um,
as
I'm I'm trying to find it on their website because I know they did some conversions of some of the older adventures from back in the day. I'm trying to find them.
who did that? Well, I mean, for second level, I was just gonna say like the Sinister Secret Assault March, but that's like I think level 7 through 9, isn't it?
No, Sinister Secret Assault March. No, that's levels 1 through 3.
There you go. Perfect
That's part of the
module.
U series.
Yeah, the U series. Yeah.
Danger at Dunwater, and then the final enemy. Oh my god, I knew all three of them in order. I didn't even have to look it up.
Nick.
I'm pathetic.
There's
Oh
also X2 Castle Amber.
yeah, that's a
Uh,
weird one though.
yeah.
Castle Amber is really weird. Um,
X4 Master of the Desert Nomads. X5 Temple of Death. The H series of modules. Remember those, Nick?
Bloodstone, but I think
Yeah.
he's something looking for a lower level, probably something around 2 through 4. So
How
I
about before Lost City?
Lost City's good.
Lo-
It's
oh, does it Lost City, if I remember correctly, is the one when you go underground and it's like unlimited amount of levels.
yeah, there's like yeah, it's actually keep on the Borderlands, the Hackmaster version. Sure, why not? Uh
Yeah, I think
or regular keep on the Borderlands. I mean, that's just as good as any. I think that would be a good call. I'm trying to find it on their website because I know that Goodman Games did conversions of Keep on the Borderlands, Isle of Dread.
this one right here,
Um,
Lost City. I recommend this one.
yeah, I have that one. Um, but if you're looking for a 5e conversion,
Well,
that might be
he said it didn't matter because he can convert it
you
himself.
can convert
So
it.
yeah,
In fact, I think it was on Kickstarter they did it.
and you can grab this for like $5, and the Lost City is perfect.
Yeah,
You could,
it's
and it
cheap
ties
enough.
into like B1, B2, B3. Oh, I mean, you want to start B1 and search the unknown, which the link doesn't want to work. Way to go, drive through.
Uh-huh.
There it is. What's down here? That's keep. But
Keep
yeah,
on the
keeping the
Borderlands.
Borderlands levels 1 to 3. All the B series are really good too.
I actually have a really soft spot for module N1 against the Cult of the Reptile God.
Really?
Yeah, I really like that module. I think it's a really good one. It's kind of tough though. I mean, you face a Naga in it,
Yeah, yeah.
but
It's levels 1 to
uh,
3 that's you can use that one as
right.
well.
But if they're already level 2, then they're going to have a good advantage. Honestly, I think should have been levels 2 through 4 that module. Um, Maybe Secret of Bone Hill is a good one too,
Oh, yeah, Secret of Bone Hill, that's a
because
good one we did.
that's kind of like a sandbox in a way. Secret of Bone Hill is very good. That
Yeah, this
part of
is
the
one of the
Lendor
ones that
Isle
are
series.
wow, it'll load up eventually, but there it is.
Yeah,
Secret of Bone Hill is another really good one, levels 2 to 4.
yeah, that'd be perfect. Um, I've known people that use Bone Hill and Salt Marsh and kind of mishmashed them together. So
Yeah, it just says it here,
yeah,
Salt Marsh, and also N1, and the village of Hamlet, excuse me.
yeah, Hamlet. If you want to go down that route to go eventually Temple of Elemental Evil, I mean, you could definitely go that way too. I mean, there's an epic campaign right there. In fact, I'm trying to find them all. I know I'm not nuts. I know Goodman Games did like special runs of of
Oh,
converted modules. Oh,
remember
Lost
we did this
Canver and
one?
Inverness.
Remember
Yeah,
the Ghost
I
Tower
love
when we
that
did the
module. Ghost Tower is awesome.
yeah,
I love that
this
module.
is part of the, that C series where it was the tournament
Mhm.
rules that they
Yeah,
tried to do.
later on, to our gentleman who's been asking, later on, if you want something that I think the kids would really like, Ghost Tower of Inverness,
Mhm.
because it's very much a funhouse dungeon,
Yeah.
and also White Plume Mountains are definitely a dungeon too.
Oh, yeah.
When they get the higher levels, I would say, yeah, those two are very much like a funhouse kind of feel to them.
Hmm.
Yeah, and you can't. Yeah, that S series of modules, White Plume Mountain, where there's the D&D uh, version of Stormbringer basically in it. Black Razor. So,
Depth to
oh,
the,
this
Descent to the depths of
Descent
the
to the
earth.
Depths of that's after the Giant series.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Levels 9 to
yeah,
14. These are all really good classic I mean, it's too high of a level,
yeah.
but
But yeah, now if you want to come back later on, if you're trying to think of like kind of a path you want to go down, I'll say this right now: if you're going to go with like Village of Hamlet, yeah, that's the next. There's Temple of Elemental Evil.
it's
That's going to
levels
lead
1
into
through
all
6, well, 1 through
because Village of
8.
Hamlet is already incorporated into the super module.
Yeah, this is definitely one if you want a
Yeah,
long-term thing going and you wanna
yeah,
start level 1, this is perfect. Temple of Elemental Evil
yeah. I
has
think
its
it's levels
Hamlet
one
in
through eight
there
or
and
something like that.
T2, so
Yeah, yeah. I think someone even did a write up where they added another level to the temple.
oh,
Um,
yeah, that's right. Wasn't it Joe that did that?
yeah, I think it was beneath the Temple of Elemental Evil. I have it on somewhere on my computer.
It's 1 to 8.
Yeah, one
I
through
just
eight.
I just couldn't read because the text is so small.
Yeah,
It's 1 to 8.
yeah,
It's
one through
definitely
eight.
a good module if you want a
Yeah.
long-term
Now,
campaign.
yeah, they took Village of Hamlet and it's in the super module there. So if you get Temple of Elemental Evil, you got it all right there. It's a classic campaign written by Gygax and Frank Metzer. Frank Metzer, our buddy Frank. So, um,
Who got canceled.
yeah, what the hell, you know?
Well, I mean, if you ever heard him talk, you understand why, so.
Yeah, he's got no edit button in his brain. Uh, yeah,
I can understand why. When I had talked to him at North Texas and I mentioned something and the way he described it, I went, I could see why.
yeah. Not very tactful in that. Here's one.
I
Here's
think he's
one.
also
Which
sick now too. So
yeah, he's out. I think he's not in very good health.
him and Loudmouth Cask.
Yeah, here we go.
But
Um, yeah, I'll put the link. up here. So no, I wasn't nuts. Goodman Games did a version of Isle of Dread.
Or for
Also
DCC?
for fifth edition.
Oh, okay. So it's already translated, is what you're saying.
Fifth
Got
edition conversion of that and Expedition to the Barrier Peaks.
Yeah. So they did their own version of it. Okay.
Yeah, they did Isle of Dread, Expedition to Barrier Peaks, and in Keep of the Borderlands, I believe. I don't know if they did any more. So if you're interested in that,
Hmm. I don't know. I always love the DCC artwork.
yeah, their their uh their artwork is very good.
That's what I'm heading toward is Barrier Peaks.
Expedition to Barrier Peaks is freaking that shit's off the hook. I remember that when I first bought this module. I'm like, it's a goddamn flying saucer that crashed in Greyhawk, you know.
Yeah.
And the hardest thing about that module is it's not. I guess we call it the tech tree. You know, figuring how all the high tech stuff works because you could kill yourself.
They need to be level 8 for this? What?
For Expedition Barrier Peaks. Uh, yeah, Expedition Barrier Peaks are at level 8 to 12, but Isle of Dread is levels 3 through 7.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like level 8 for sure.
Yeah, I would just go Temple of Elemental Evil. If you want something that's 1 through 8, that's perfect.
Yeah, I thought they might have did a conversion of that too. I could be wrong.
I don't remember seeing that at all.
I can spell. Oh my god, I can't spell. Let's see. Yeah,
There's a Q&A thing going here. Let's see.
Here it is. They did a conversion of Temple of Elemental Evil. They surely did. I don't know if you can still get it, but there's the link.
I don't like this thing. Let me end that.
What's that?
It was ask
What?
questions, but it like blows the chat away, so I can't see it. Temple of Elemental Evil. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they did it. They did a conversion of it, the 5th edition.
Boom.
It's a
All right. So
2-volume set. Whoa.
there you go. That'll solve your problem of conversion. It's already done for you.
Yeah, if you're willing to, I yeah, where? How much is it?
What's the fee? Yeah.
That's what I'm looking up right now.
Uh, yeah. There's a link, but there's
Available for purchase on Amazon. That tells you everything. It's not cheap.
well, it could be. It is
You know what?
$53.84.
$53 and 84
Wow.
cents.
99
That's
bucks.
it cut the price by almost half.
Yeah.
You know
But
what? I think it's worth it. It's a 2-volume set. They converted the whole thing. It takes you from, I guess it will take you from levels 1 to 8, right?
if that's how they made it, yeah.
From levels 1 to 7. Yeah, okay.
Close
Okay.
enough.
Close enough. Dude, I do it. So do it.
He's gonna grab that. Okay.
Yeah, I think that'd be worth it. Hell yeah. The ratings too. Hey, over 500 ratings on Amazon, 5 stars. You know what? That's pretty damn good. They did a conversion of the Lost City, Vince.
They did?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right here on the Amazon website. If you look where it says frequently bought together, yeah, they did a conversion of the
Uh,
Lost City. I'll be damned. 25% off.
oh, mine doesn't show that. Mine just shows reincarnated bar number 1, into the Borderlands RPG for adults, and Adventures Reincarnated number 4.
Yeah, below right there. It says you bought together.
Oh, Lost City. Got it. Yeah.
There it is, right there. Yeah. into the Borderlands.
Eh, wow.
Actually, prices are really not that bad. I'm impressed. 38 bucks for Into the Borderlands. Wow.
It looks like they used the original artwork. Yeah.
Yeah. Isle of Dread, 41 bucks. Not bad.
How many pages is this?
Which one?
Lost City.
Lost
Doesn't
City?
say.
It should.
I'm just curious how many pages it is that you're buying for 30 something dollars. Three and a
Here's
half,
a
almost 3.5 pounds.
It's gotta be
Jeez.
quite, and it says it takes you from levels 1 through 7. They did a conversion of Castle Amber. Oh my god.
Oh, Nick's gonna buy it.
I no. I don't play 5th edition. I got the original module, but holy crap. They did a conversion of Chateau
Yeah.
d'Amber
Chateau d'Amber.
and the Bell. Man.
Well, there's
But
some ideas for you for running for 5th edition if you want to do that.
yeah, Temple of Elemental Evil converted over. And I just saw Lost City. Same thing. It'll take you from levels 1 to 7.
Yeah. I
Wow.
mean, we're not modern day D&D players, but I mean, obviously your kids are that you want to play with. So yeah, by all
Yeah,
means,
the
grab
fact
those
that they
things.
took basic D&D expert and some regular AD&D modules and converted them to 5th edition because the adventures that WotC makes are garbage.
That's because they're too busy telling you who should sit at the table half the time. So
Right. And not and telling you that you can't play half races.
oh my god, I went on a rant about that last week,
I
so let's not
know,
do
I
that.
know. I know. Okay, okay. Okay.
But I think it's time to wrap up this show this week. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Uh,
Click
we
the
will be
like button, folks.
we will be back next week, but it's probably going to be a little of a shorter show
Yep.
next week because I have something on my calendar that I need to do.
I might be camping next weekend, so I might be over phone.
Oh, you're going camping again?
I was supposed to go this weekend, but rain.
Yeah.
Um, so we'll push it off the next weekend, and so if I could come in, I'll do it over the phone, over the through the app. We'll see how
Oh,
it
there,
works.
just or do like Jeff and like that smash button
Like that smash button
just for him.
just for him.
All right, folks, we're gonna head out of here. We'll see you next week. Hope you have a great weekend and game on.